Hello, I welcome you all to this wonderful lesson that is here. This question is under salts and some chemical equations. So even as we get to answer these questions, I want you to follow me clearly and attentively. So the question is saying, define a salt and give an example. This is the first question. Those of you that want tuitions, this is my details. You need to contact me on that same number. We do offer maths, chemistry, physics, and biology, as well as English. So now, the first question here that is given, they're telling us to say, define a salt and give an example. So whenever we are talking about a salt, so I'm going to be very slow. I'll just give you the definition of a salt, which is very simple, which says that a salt, this is a compound formed when the hydrogen ion of an acid are fully or partially replaced by a metal or ammonium. So when they are fully or partially replaced, this is what you need to understand. Fully or partially replaced by a metal, by a what? By a metal or ammonium. This is what you are supposed to know and understand. So each time we are talking about a salt, we are talking about a compound formed when the hydrogen ion of an acid are fully or partially replaced by a metal or ammonium. So now we are talking about hydrogen ion of an acid. You now discover that when you get an acid, for example, sulfuric acid, you react it with a metal, let's say magnesium. What you are going to form this side, you are going to form a salt. And the name of the salt will be called magnesium what? Sulfate. So where it is saying, give an example, you can put magnesium sulfate. Aside that, you can also put sodium chloride is an example. Ammonium chloride, all those are examples of salts. So if you could like to know more about these things, you want to understand chemistry at another level, you can contact me on the number that I gave. Are you a GCE or an internal candidate? I'm here to help you get a distinction in mathematics, chemistry, physics, and biology, as well as English. So now, this is how we get to answer the first part of the question. Iron sulfate can be prepared by reacting iron metal with dilute sulfuric acid. This is a question that you are given. You are given that important question. The first question here, write an equation for this reaction. They want you to write an equation for this reaction. So what are you going to do? You are told that what? Iron metal reacted with dilute sulfuric acid. So iron metal is like this. This is iron reacted with what? Reacted with dilute sulfuric acid. Dilute sulfuric acid is like this. And then what gets to be formed this other side is what? You are going to form iron sulfate plus what? Plus hydrogen gas. This is what you are going to form. So this one here, this is an equation that you are supposed to know. This is an equation you need to understand. Just like this. This is what you are supposed to know. This is an equation. Is this equation balanced? The answer is yes. Hydrogen 2, hydrogen 2. Iron 1, iron 1. Just like that. So this is what you need to know. These are some of the things you need to get. The question is saying, which reactant should be in excess? So whenever we are talking about a reactant that should be in excess, reactants are just the same as reagents. So between these two, which one should be in excess? I remember telling you to say that each time you are preparing a salt, like for this nature, you now need to know and understand that what we get to do, the first thing is that we get to put the acid in the beaker. We warm the acid but don't boil. After like that, that's when we now get to put the excess metal so that we get to stir the mix and form a concentrated solution. What are we getting? Excess metal. In other words, a metal should be in excess. So meaning the answer to this, it is what? Iron metal. This is what you are supposed to do. So you just say iron what? Iron metal. That is the reactant that should be in excess. An equation is this one. So this is what I wanted to share with you. Hope you've learned one or two things. And those of you that could like to start tuitions with Harrisonite Learning Academy, these are the contacts. You need to contact me on this number that is there, 0971 066747. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.